installment of the Launch Pad. This is Taylor with Moon Landing. I am here today with Galo. Galo, how are you doing?
I'm doing super well.
Okay, thank you for coming to Arizona.
Yeah.
How are you doing with the heat?
You know, you were used to it in Florida. It's more dry heat here, but I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, we that's our one defense. Is like it's a dry heat, but
Yeah.
it really doesn't do much.
No, it feels just about the same. It's getting a little cooler in Florida right now, but I mean, we just went through like a sweltering summer.
Yeah.
It's,
All right, so
it's
how
not
long-
the most comfortable.
Have you been in Florida your whole life, or are you?
No. I moved there for college, actually, but I'm originally from Connecticut. So
Okay.
I ended up graduating and I stayed.
So tell me about your college pipeline. I know you were in your graduate program,
Yeah.
and then what was the pipeline to music for you?
Well, I started music really young. I picked up the saxophone in, I want to say 4th grade.
Okay.
And then from there it became like an obsession, and I picked up the guitar and I was self-taught. And then I picked up the drums, the piano, and then I just kind of like went down the rabbit hole and like tried to learn as many instruments as I could. And it honestly stayed as more of like a passion. And I wanted to go to music school. It wasn't the best conversation with my parents. But I ended up going to school for psychology at USF in Tampa. I graduated and I just stayed. And obviously I grew up in Connecticut, so it's like there wasn't much of an electronic music scene, so that wasn't exposed to me a lot. I listened to it from a young age, but you know, there wasn't a scene. But when I moved to Tampa, that was when kind of, you know, we're going to clubs, we're seeing DJs at shows, and then it's like, oh.
A whole new world.
Yeah, it's a whole new world opened up, yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, so tell me about some of your recent projects, like anything that's like on your horizon that you've been working on that you'd love to like highlight today.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I just had a release on Chami's label Confession, which was a huge milestone for me. Yeah, I've been listening to Chami since I was in college, I think like 2015. So that was a really cool milestone. It was a cool track. Really excited about that. And, you know, we're just staying consistent with the releases. The email and kind of like rubbed my eyes. I was like, oh shit. You know, just guys that introduced me to tech house when I was a little younger, and they were kind of like, they've been doing this shit for decades.
Yeah.
Like 2 decades, I think it's been. So it's really cool. And yeah, just a couple more releases up into next year. A couple I can't talk about, you know.
That's okay.
Like getting things under wraps.
Secrets.
But yeah, just staying consistent on the releases. I think that's what's big on the horizon right now.
Absolutely. That's super cool. And so we were kind of chatting before this interview. You told me that you listen to like heavy metal on your, you know, off time. How did you kind of get, like, how do you feel like that influences your, you know, tech house persona and stuff like that?
Well, it's definitely the roots. I was in like a metal band kind of growing up.
Were you really? Okay.
Yeah, it was like 8th grade, freshman year of high school. You know, we covered songs and we played at like the teen center and like a little bit locally. So it was good fun. But yeah, it's always, I don't know how I got into it. It wasn't like my family or anything, but I just kind of got into it, and the music kept getting heavier and heavier as I got older. And it's always been just like a big part of my life. But I feel like it doesn't mesh too much with the house music. It's like I have my feet in 2 different worlds. Recently, I sampled a Korn song, which was funny in house music. Yeah, it's cool. I'll probably play it tonight.
You
actually,
should,
it works. I've gotten really good reactions with it live.
Yeah.
But that's like a rare occurrence. There's not too much crossover. I feel like the crossover is more with the dubstep. But yeah, it's still what I listen to on a day-to-day. But obviously, house music is. They're both huge parts of my life.
Of course, yeah, that's super cool. I love like the two, like the yin yang of it.
Yeah, quite literally too, because there's such different vibes.
Yeah.
You know, one of them just has like, well, they both have a lot of high energy, but it's different. You know?
Yes, of course. Okay, and so you know, for new producers coming into the scene, what would you say is some advice that you have to give to them, or anything you want to let them know?
Yeah, I think time, effort, and consistency are your best friends. It seems like a really daunting thing to open up Ableton and learn this whole new language is how I look at it. It's a new language, right? You're learning a bunch of new things in a software, and you're trying to get what's in your head out on the DAW, and that can be really intimidating. And that was what was intimidating for me, even with a musical background. it was like, how do I get what's in my head on paper? And really, it's just practice and time and spending time behind the DAW. And I think the big thing is just not being afraid to fail. I mean, I wrote a lot of songs that suck, and I still write a lot of songs that suck. But, you know, that rare occasion, or, you know, those times where you go through and you have that kind of aha moment is what it's all about. And not every day is a win, but it's like you just put time behind it and it's bound to happen. So
Absolutely.
I think that's my best advice for new producers.
Yeah, and so tell me about like your favorite memory at a show. Like what was favorite set maybe, or like something that you were really like, it felt super surreal for you?
I think probably recently I played in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was opening up for Chami, and I had never been to North Carolina. Obviously, you know, had the release on Confession coming up, so I was really excited about that. And it was just, it was an insane experience to be in like a city I've never been, I don't know anything about, at a venue that's unfamiliar to me, and kind of walk out and see like, I think it's 1,100 or 1,000 cap around there.
Wow.
And it was full by the time I got on it, like around 11:30 midnight.
Okay.
And the energy there was just like, you could just feel it, you know,
Electric.
walking up and electric, right? And I don't know, it just was like, no matter what I played, they were reacting and feeding off my energy, which like caused me to kind of like, you know, be more energetic. And
Absolutely.
It was just, it was awesome. It seemed like I couldn't play a bad song, which is not always the case, but in that setting right there,
It felt like it.
holy shit.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Do you feel like, so you've been in the scene a while, do you feel like the scene has changed, you know, over the past few years, or anything that you've noticed just in general?
I think I've changed in the scene.
Yeah?
Because like while I have been in it for like 6-7 years, I wasn't always producing. So producing has kind of been like a newer endeavor for me. It's been now, I think I'm nearing on 4 years. But before then, I was an open format hip hop DJ. So that's kind of how like I progressed through the scene very naturally. Like I was DJing fraternity parties, and then I was doing the bars, and then I got a residency at a club in Tampa, and then it was like I played dubstep.
Okay.
I kind of took the really stereotypical like
The route.
progression, right? Yeah, that's what it seems like. So for me, I'm seeing the industry through my lens, and it's like it's changed so drastically. And even like what I was playing back in 2017, 2018 at these clubs was like big room if I was playing EDM, and if not, it was like Kodak Black and Migos and stuff like that, and a little bit of dubstep. But I think as I changed, I feel like almost the scene started to change, and I changed with it. Like you're seeing tech house become much more prominent at the main stages now, which has been amazing, I think. And I kind of followed that natural progression and just like really dove into that subset of electronic music.
That's super cool. I love that so much.
Yeah.
Okay, and then tell me, you know, going forward, what are some like future artists you'd like to collaborate with? Anyone that is really like on your docket that you'd love to maybe get in mix with?
I would love to get in the studio with a couple artists right now. I think Lee Foss is one of them.
I love Lee Foss.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's definitely a whiz behind, you know, the DAW. I think MK is up there. Sid. Noizu would be another. And yeah, stick with those. I think that's a really strong couple artists in this lane that I think would be awesome to get in the studio with.
Of course, yeah. And so kind of a fun question for you. If your music was a color, what would the color be?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I want to say black because that's always what I'm dressed in, and like, it's not the color, but it's my favorite shade, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not because it's more energetic. I would say red.
Red?
Yeah.
I
It's
like
energetic. It's like it pops.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Okay, and we at Moon Landing, we love to practice gratitude. What is some things that you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for good health.
Yeah.
First and foremost, a great support system, my team, my family, the people I keep around me. I think really keep me grounded, and like it's always a reminder, you know, to keep going because I have such a good support system even when I'm feeling like down and not the most confident. So I think shout out to my support system there.
I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And thank you to the support system right here.
Yeah, big shout out.
And then we are at Gold Rush, you know. Can I get your best yeehaw here?
Well, yeehaw, partner.
Well, we really appreciate you coming out here
Yeah,
today.
thank you so much
I'm
for
so
having
excited
me.
to see your set. I'm hoping for that corn drop. You know,
I
that
will
flip.
remember to play it. I don't play
Okay.
in sets, but I will remember that is a song I will.
Okay, I'm gonna be there waiting for
Yeah,
it. So
you know, just like keep an eye out on me, like.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, cheers. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.